There are two major Rayla and Callum related occurrences that fans are clamoring to see as the Dragon Prince progresses. The first is for Rayla to reunite with her parents, freeing them from the coins Viren long ago trapped them in. The second is more development of the relationship between Rayla and Callum. There are those who claim the relationship between these two has been rushed, and while I disagree with this viewpoint for reasons I have outlined in past videos, I would love to see more scenes of their relationship. I would love to see that relationship develop and become more complex as our two young lovers move past the infatuation stage of their relationship and toward an even more considerate and empathetic understanding of each other. However, what has been under-discussed is the possibility that Rayla's parents may be an obstacle to Rayla and Callum becoming closer, at least at first. It is an unfortunate possibility, which may be why some Dragon Prince fans have been so loath to consider it, but it is not completely unlikely. The world of the Dragon Prince is a world of prejudice, and it has been so for centuries at least. While it is easy to say that elves and humans should just give peace a chance, in reality it's a lot more convoluted than that. When you and those around you are negatively affected by another group, it is hard for you to extend an olive branch toward that other group. Sure, it's easy for us, from the distance we enjoy as a TV viewer, to stop and say that there should be peace between humans and elves, but for those actually involved in this conflict, the lines are not nearly that straightforward. Yes, it is possible for individuals to transcend their prejudices, as we have seen from the heroes we've followed, but those characters are the heroes, particularly because something like that is so remarkable. It's rare. We all like to think that if we lived in a fantasy world, we would be Callum or Rayla, boldly battling the prejudices of our societies. However, just probabilistically speaking, it's more likely that we would be closer to the ordinary folk of this world. These folk are at best suspicious of each other and at worst actively despise each other. Nor is it realistic to think that the ordinary folk are the only ones with these prejudices. That would be condescending. We'd like to think that the named characters, the characters we've gotten to know and gotten to spend time with, would be significantly better than the rest, but that is not necessarily the case. Runan, for example, is not on the best terms with humans, nor could he be expected to be, considering that opposition toward humans is practically inherent to his job. And perhaps, to go even further, his entire sense of identity. And Rayla's parents would likely be the exact same way. Is it possible that they, like Rayla, actually care about humans? Sure, I suppose. Is it possible that perhaps their sympathy toward humans is a major reason why the other elves were so willing to blame them for the elven failure to repel Viren, when in fact Rayla's parents were those who stayed and fought him? Maybe. But I do not think it is likely, if we're going to be frank. Considering their job was to defend the dragon Avazandum and the egg that would become our lovely Ozymandias from the treachery and manipulation of humans, all signs point to them hating humans more than those around them, not less. Now, to be clear, I would love to be proven wrong on this point, but I really doubt I will be. The burst of love and affection that will flow through Rayla when she finally frees her parents from those coins will last only as long as her parents hesitate to raise an objection to Callum. Unfortunately for her, I do not see much time passing until such an objection is raised. Look at it from their perspectives. We, the viewer, have followed Callum and Rayla throughout their journeys. Callum has proven his bravery, his kindness, and his strong moral judgment again and again. We know that he is a loyal and reliable partner whose greatest flaw is that he can be a little hesitant and a little scatterbrained. Rayla's parents, however, do not know Callum. To them, he's likely to seem like nothing more than your average selfish, arrogant, manipulative, pretentious, dark magic using human, who has nevertheless found himself in a relationship with their daughter. For them to crusade against humans like Viren, only to wake up from Viren's coin prisons and find that their daughter is in a relationship with a human, if nothing else, you cannot blame them for being scared and shocked. Will they get over their shock and respect their daughter's wishes? I don't know. When Rayla last saw them, she was younger and much less sure of herself. She was a kid still trying to figure herself out. But she's grown up. Her perspective on the world has matured. This is not to claim that she does not occasionally lapse into adolescent immaturity, and her constant refusal to look inside herself and analyze her own feelings continues to be a problem. But she has developed into her own person, and this may come as a shock to her parents. They might initially believe that Callum has deceived her, using the trickery and guile elves traditionally associate with humanity. They might not initially believe that Rayla has entered into this relationship with no illusions, not about Callum and not about the relationship. She's not doing this to be edgy or rebellious. There is no part of her that consciously wanted to fall in love with a human. It just happened this way. Rayla is stronger than she was at the start of the series, and even if her parents reject her relationship with Callum, she is not going to abandon that relationship. It means too much to her. He means too much to her. However, this does not imply that she is not going to try to convince them. She loves her parents, especially since she discovered that all the stories she was told about them were lies. Committing herself to having them in her life, she is going to have to persuade them into thinking that Callum is not the manipulative and deceitful human they likely see him as. Elves and humans don't need to fight, Rayla will say. There will be peace, and she and Callum have worked tirelessly to achieve that peace. Her parents may think Rayla is weak at first, but I'm an optimist and I think that she will persist and win them over. After all, what hope does she have otherwise? What I mean is this. If she cannot convince her own parents to accept her relationship with Callum, how can she expect to convince an entire world that has been conditioned to think the relationships between elves and humans are innately unjust? That their initial opinions of Callum will be negative, I am almost positive. There's not really a doubt in my mind. However, if Rayla and Callum keep demonstrating their compassion for each other, and they keep demonstrating the strength of their relationship, and they don't let it slip that Callum has dabbled with dark magic, if all those things happen, they might be able to win over Tiadrin and Lain. I can only hope. So thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Donate to my Patreon if you can, and you want to see more videos like this. Keep watching The Dragon Prince. It is a brilliant show, and if Netflix does not cancel it, fingers crossed, it's only going to become better with time. Its character and thematic work has only become more precise as the show has progressed, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. So tune in soon for my next video. It will be coming soon. I promise you that. Thank you all again. Adios, comrades.